First. Okay, bro, I think you just got wrecked. Bro, I think I just defeated you. Ha! Get wrecked. Get wrecked. No. Lifeless says no you. Dunce.
Why
What?
are you not streaming?
We're the dunce
Oh
cap
no, it's death. I
immediate.
have to mute him so he doesn't question my actions. There we
Oh,
go.
I got muted.
I'm sorry. I must exercise my dictatorial powers at this moment.
Someone
maybe
wants to get unmuted, but I think the smart
Why
idea
aren't you
is not
playing
to
on
do
the
that.
server?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to suspend habeas corpus for a second. Yeah. Can you guys?
Habeas corpus.
There we go. That's much better. Isn't that much better?
What's happening? Excuse-moi. This is no. I will voice my opinion or die trying.
Moderate.
Okay. Removes audit log. Removes elder MVP.
Excuse me.
No.
It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. I'm here to moderate. No, I got second.
What?
Listen.
What a scam.
Sean, go back to your stream. Who the heck is this person?
I stopped streaming.
Who's this?
Really? I didn't know you
Is this
stopped.
a random?
Yeah, who is
random?
this person?
Brain's going out.
Random here before Elder MVP?
Wait, that's no, but
Unbelievable.
random here before we start like doing any real stream. I'm confused. Who the heck is this?
Yeah, he's from the good server.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's from
yeah,
Prison
yeah.
Forge. He's from Prison Forge.
There's
Why
a
do
lot
I-
of people talking.
The better server, clearly.
Why are you on
Clearly.
Mineplex?
Cause you
Listen, no one cheats on Prison Forge.
blank
Okay, this is definitely not a Prison Forge stream right now. Y'all should chill.
Wow.
Y'all should-
I'm streaming. Alright, Chris, we'll stream together tomorrow on Prison
Are
Forge.
you
How about
actually
that?
not streaming on Mineplex?
I'm
No,
streaming on
not
Mineplex.
today.
Chill, just chill out. These
Mineplex,
people
I
are
don't
just
care.
these people are just invading me.
What happened
Yeah.
to Hypixel?
These
Huh?
people. I literally did a
Nice.
freaking 5-hour Hypixel stream, freaking like less than
Wow.
a week ago.
To hit 1K subs, SMH.
No,
This
literally,
is-
I learned some things from that
MC,
Hypixel stream. okay?
Hypixel streams suck. You gained 2 subscribers on Hypixel streaming.
Well, you're not allowed to
Because
advertise
16
in
on mine.
Hypixel, which is great.
Mineplex is more community based with MPSs.
That's very true.
Yes,
do you
Sean,
even
you have learned
join
well
that
from my
stuff?
lessons.
On Mineplex.
Oh, trust me, it's a simple science. I'll put it that way.
Well, I remember playing it like 3 years ago, but that's it.
I broke 1 tree and it became 2 trees. This is unbelievable.
Ha!
Are you guys here to? Are you guys gonna
Not
play,
joking.
or are you just gonna talk?
I don't know.
I'm gonna play.
I'm going
Oh,
back
yeah,
to the
life-
prison. I'm going back to Death's Discord server this way. I'm not just here intruding because you know.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
we
what I thought.
We were talking about Prison
Okay.
Forge stuff. So
Yeah.
see ya, peeps.
Be
We
gone,
gotta do
infidels.
How do we join
Oh,
parties?
Oh my
Boy.
god.
Yeah,
What
goodbye,
is this?
you.
What is this?
Be
Sorry,
gone,
bye.
infidel.
How do you join parties on this?
Yo, why
On
did you
Mineplex?
stop? We were just trying to play the game.
On Mineplex?
Yeah, why
You
did
don't join
stop?
parties. You join MPS multiplayer server, or Mineplex player server. Do
How do you
slash.
do that?
Okay, if you just send me a friend request. It makes it like 50 million times easier. Just do /F and then my username. You should know how to spell it by now. I'll just accept it. Yeah, there you go. And then do /F, and then click me, and then you'll teleport to me. And then your life will have been made easy.
Don't spam commands.
Don't start.
Kicked
Okay.
me.
Did you spam it, or did you just click it once?
I might have spammed it a little bit.
You gotta be kidding.
It says you have yet to respond to your friend request.
That's trolling.
This is
/F
definitely trolling.
life lesson. Okay, now try.
Except. Try what?
Now try to TP to me by clicking my name on /F.
I don't know these things.
Did you type in /F and press enter?
Yes. Okay, dude. One of my person on my friends
My
list
MC's
hasn't been seen in 483 days.
Mineplex is literally.
No, I can. Let me flex my inactive members on my thing. Okay, hold on. Let me just flip a few pages through my. Guys, everyone go on their friends list and find the person who hasn't been on Mineplex for the longest.
Zo, he hasn't been on for 200,000 days.
Okay, I have one person, 935 days.
I have one for 784 days. That's it.
I have one for 2.2 thousand. I mean, not 200.
Well, 935 is the most. Is probably the most I'm gonna find. Or I found another 900.
Well, I'm the only non-ranked.
Oh, I
Feels
found a
bad.
963.
Oop, I found 3K.
Actually,
Yeah, not
Like-
even joking.
like actually, 3K.
I played
That's
Mineplex
crazy.
in 2012.
Wait, has Mineplex even existed for you to have 3K?
I don't think so. 'Cause
I don't.
that's
Yeah,
10
I don't
years.
think
It has.
so.
It has.
That's 10 years.
Yeah,
almost.
but how long has it existed for, Mineplex?
Probably 2014, 2013, maybe.
Man, time flies. You know, Frozen came out like more than 5 years ago. That's crazy.
Oh,
I
what?
was.
You know, Gundam Style came out even before that. That's crazier. Like the heck? Like, why is time being like this? Anyway. Let us.
I
let's be
found a
little bit-
1K again.
Cosmic, are you going the other way? How is this gonna work? How is this gonna work? Okay, are you just doing it? Okay, thanks, that works. Oh, you didn't add monster mates, trolling. We good?
What are we gonna play?
Well, this is rotation stuff, so that means we can stop the game. And it'll just pick another game, like this. Let's play this. I don't see why not.
Sneaky assassins, dude.
How long has it been since you played Mineplex even?
I mean, like, without logging out, like, once for, like, 5 seconds, probably, like, 3 years?
Do you remember this game?
Yeah. Toggle sprint is rigged. Yeah, 'cause it gives you away.
Oh, boys. 1K. An interesting thing about 1K, I think I mentioned this before, is I don't know exactly how it works, but the sub counter thing isn't
Why
supposed
do
to
I
be a
have
thing anymore.
speed 5? Why,
That's a good
why do I
question.
have speed 5?
Oh, I saw that person die. Okay, then.
No, you didn't. Don't go towards that. You didn't see anything, okay?
Was that you, lol?
No.
Did you just
I would
bomb
never
away from me?
I would never stab somebody. What do you mean?
Okay, literally no one got that power up. That's a hold up. It's a fat hold up. Is it time to redo my like revoke them? Like, should I make a new role which is like retired elder MVP or like old elder MVP for people who haven't been on for forever? And make me first sub. I'll just make a new
Players
age.
revealed.
Like, I'll make old age or old era elder MVPs a new age or a new era elder MVPs. That's a good idea actually. I might do that. But anyway, as I was saying, apparently the sub counter thing is like weird now, as in no, Cosmic, they'll stay at the top.
Yeah, it only updates every 100 subs.
Every 100? So see, that's the thing. I'm getting conflicting information. One person told me every 10.
No, it's 100.
Well, what they said was their logic was that it only shows the top three numbers. It only ever shows the top 3 numbers for any YouTuber.
It's 100. Because Calvin, I was watching his stream, it only goes by 100 on his.
Okay.
But then again, he's at like 30k, so it might be that. But I don't know.
Okay, thanks for the information, sir. Oh, come on, bro.
How do you get-
Are you playing in 1.14, bro?
Yeah, I'm still in 1.14.
Oh, so that's why. That battle was kind of sad then.
How do you get the stone sword in that game?
You have to get upgrades. You didn't see the upgrade power-ups?
No. I don't pay attention.
Basically beacons come down every so often, and you can hear the sounds and there's fireworks and
I'm
stuff.
joking. I'm
I'll-
in 1.8.9. I'm
Oh.
using the Yushiha Sharingan.
Okay.
Well,
I can explain all the games to you. It's actually kind of fun. So this is a just TNT run, except the blocks, they'll fall, and if you're on lower layers, they do damage to you if they hit your head.
Isn't the axe a double jump or whatever?
Yeah. So you right-click it. There is no double tap spacebar. And you have to be facing in the direction, so.
Stop. I see you.
No, you don't.
I see you right here.
No, you don't.
I don't. My bad. I thought I did. Stop!
I'll never stop.
I'm being bullied, dude.
Are you?
Yeah.
And I believe there's infinite leaps. It just recharges.
Oh, I just screwed myself over.
Poop, 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 poop. I'm just gonna wait for you guys to fall to where I am. This is gonna take like 5 years.
Ow! That hurt.
Something? Did you fall?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
That was
hello, my friend.
painful. Hi.
You're gonna try to snipe me?
No. I would never. Dude, why are you playing so aggressive? Jeez.
I usually don't play aggressive because there's too many people and then I die, but there's only 2 of us over here. And there's just 1 person above us, so it really doesn't matter right now. Come on, stop running in the opposite direction of me.
What do you mean?
Oh, I see you. I see you. Now who's going aggressive? Oh, okay, Brow's down here now. Get him, get him. Here's an epic 1v1.
How do you 1v1 in this game?
You two are definitely 1v1
Oh, I'm good.
right now.
So
You have to agree this is called that. What just happened was definitely considered a 1v1. Like, there's no way that's not a 1v1. Oh, I'm half health, boys. Oh, hello.
Ow.
Oh, we're all
Can't
down
see
here.
me.
This is a holdup. This is a holdup.
So what level are you in Mineplex?
50 something, I think.
I'm only level like 21. I think.
53. Okay, see this guy? He's trying to use holding shift tactics. We must get him.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's a lot of work. Oh, I'm dead. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Ah, that's a rip. R.I.P.
Yeah, I'm level 21.
Okay. Oh, GG. 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 Get wrecked. Get wrecked, bro. Get wrecked, bro. Anyway, this is when I'm actually gonna send the message in the thing. And this is when I share this to some other places. Some other places. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, before you start this, Cosmic, I'm going to, okay, Cosmic, I'm going to pick a game that 5 people can play that's fair.
Ooh, I get a decent ping on here too. I thought it would be bad.
Full bars, boys. Cosmic, okay, yeah, you play that. I'm gonna advertise. Oh, did you notice the music playing in the lobby, or do you not have sounds or music on?
I think I have them turned off.
Yeah, if you have block sounds turned off, then you won't hear it. But it's a thing that they're playing via note blocks.
Yeah, I have no blocks off.
You know, it's always kind of weird, like, you know subtitles?
Mm-hmm.
Remember subtitles? When you go on servers, like, you know how servers, like, they have creative uses. Like, they use, like, random, often, rare Minecraft sound effects, often sped up or slowed down with different pitches to make minigame and other sound effects that, you know, work with, you know, minigames or power-ups or whatever they want. So whenever I have my subtitles on and I'm on a server, like, it just goes crazy and it's just with random stuff. It's kind of silly. Yeah, who started this game? Whoever they are is definitely trolling. Yes, that's funny. Yoel. That's funny. Do, 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 do. You play all the worst games on Mineplex? Well, I mean, I play like all the games on Mineplex except Heroes of Gwen. Is there any game I don't play that besides Hero? Can you guys go know a game that I played that isn't Hero of Gwen? Because I think I play every game, but otherwise. Oh yeah, I don't play Skyfall, but no one plays Skyfall, so it really doesn't matter. I do play Glad. I do play Wizards. Just very rarely for both. I just don't like to choose it. I feel like there's almost always better options. But I do it sometimes. I can fly. I don't like tyrannically say we'll never play Glad. We play Glad. You know? Gladiators. I just don't think that Gladiators, which is basically just people 1v1ing over and over and over again, it's a great use of the creativity that Mineplex offers. A great use of the platform of creativity that Mineplex offers. You might as well just do Hypixel Duels, or like Hypixel Duels and Gladiators are essentially the same concept. Hypixel does it better by having more variety, but that's just, you know, that's a pretty simple, basic limitation. It's not based on creativity or merit or anything.
Dude,
who's gonna win?
This is a random topic, but it's so weird how much different frames I get when I got a monitor for my laptop instead of just using the laptop.
You got a monitor for your laptop, what did you say?
Yeah, I don't even use it. It's just a power source now. Because I bought a keyboard and mouse and a monitor for it.
Oh. Huh.
So I went from getting like 300 frames to like 700.
So you don't even bring the laptop anywhere. It's just for your computer.
It's just a power source, yeah.
Man, that's weird. Never heard of anyone doing that before.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. He's here.
I'm alive again, people.
What
Oh,
if
yeah,
you...
Sean, you have to stay here. Oh, wow. Oh, wait,
I'll stay
join on
for
3, 2, oh.
I'll
Boom,
stay
clap.
here for a minute,
Oh. Okay, you have to stay here because we're gonna do something at the end of the stream that you need to be here for.
When is the end of the stream, dude?
Nobody knows. We'll end it
Next
moderately
year.
earlier than usual because I want to have time for people to do the thing.
Dude, I had to take care of stuff.
Or do you have
You're
Alex body size? Definitely has Alex body size.
fine.
I don't know.
Alex body size. The skinny arms. Man, remember how long has it been since Alex came out? Man, that's actually crazy. Wait,
Wait, what is this?
This is
literally just 1v1ing. It's straight up 1v1ing. No,
Oh, I'm
catch.
down.
Like, how long has
can.
it been since Alex has been added? As like,
Supposed to do 3 hearts?
you have leather armor
Yes.
Oh, that's a little bit
or
much.
gold armor, depending on. Well, I mean, yeah, you had leather armor.
Oh, it's
in that.
golden guy.
Oh, it is golden guy.
I haven't PvP'd in so long. It's been a while. If I win this, you guys are all terrible. I'm winning this. Wait. Oh, where's the part?
Whoa! I did 1 point. I got Cosmic to 1.3.
I
That's
can't
an
get that-
accomplishment.
It's
That's an
the
accomplishment.
other way. Unfeatured, tiered, right?
Yeah, but it's
No.
obsidian.
It
What?
was open to your right. It was the other door.
Oh, okay.
Sean.
Yes.
I got costs to 1.5 hearts. 1.3
Nice.
hearts.
We
That's
should
an
play this
achievement.
again.
We should
I
not
didn't
play
get
this again.
I didn't get a... I need to redeem myself. That's the problem.
Don't worry, there are other games to redeem yourself.
Cosmic, I literally haven't PvP'd.
She's in the call. I'll move golden guy into the call.
Are we bowing or no? Cosmic, are we bowing or no?
Christian!
Does anyone here besides Sean have not? Does no one have perms to do that besides me?
No, I don't.
Okay. That's definitely-
Cosmic does. Yes, this is exactly how it should
What
happen.
is up, golden guy 2006?
Good fight, Cosmic. I haven't PvP'd in so long, and I'm so rusty.
I watch my ping go up from 1,000 to 600.
Nice.
That's
When is the stream end, dude? I'm tired. I want to take another nap that turned into a whole sleep. I slept for 11 hours. Did 8.5 more hearts of damage to me than featured. Dude, I was depending on bows the whole thing.
Bows
I'm
are
so
like
tired.
that's how you win. Not gonna lie, that's how you
I
win.
was like, I haven't PvP'd in so long.
Bows are how you win in this game.
Actually,
But
that's fair.
you go on Prison Forge, all stats into bows.
What is
Clear.
death
I know.
tag? Oh, run
Death
from the
Death tag is a game of tag with death, except you can't when you make people it's like okay. Do you guys in
It's
in your
tag,
life?
but it's like infection. It's like infection.
Yeah. Okay. So
Is
that's
it a
what I
one
was
shot
wondering.
or?
So you know,
No.
it's multiple hits. So all over like I guess United States, but even more than the United States, just like the world of childhoods, the mixed culture childhoods. People generally understand what you mean when you say a game of tag, but when you want to express a game of tag in which when a person gets tagged, the person who tagged them doesn't become untagged, making everyone until one person is left
Unfeatured.
be tagged.
Come up.
No.
Like I've heard that called infection
away.
before, but are there any other names for it that anyone knows that like are common?
Stay away.
Zombie Mania Roblox
I'm sorry.
apostrophe alpha
Toxic.
apostrophe
I got
2016.
third. The MC Ogre. Nice.
Ogre.
Dude, I still want to go back to sleep.
It's not that late.
It's
Jeez.
11 o'clock.
It's not that
But
late.
yesterday I slept from 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. because I got woken up for like 2 minutes to eat some chicken because I didn't eat anything at all yesterday. And then I went back to sleep almost instantly and slept until 6:30 a.m. And I was like, wait, I'm supposed to wake up at this time. Well, back to sleep, and I slept until 7, and I was like, oh shit, I'm late now. Oh,
That's a hold up.
family
That's a
friendly.
hold
Yeah, and today I napped from 5 to like 8:30. I need to stop taking naps.
Champions Team Deathmatch.
Champions Team Deathmatch
Okay.
is you choose one of 5 kits, and you're on. It's a team versus team game, no respawns. You just try to kill each other basically.
I think I remember this too.
Okay.
No.
I have an idea. So okay, you guys know. I don't know if any of you read the description, but some of you do, some of you don't. But whatever. And I've talked about this before. I want to do Twitch, right? And I basically in my head, and I also think I mentioned this before. I basically want to start Twitch at 1K, and we're at 1K. So I was thinking, what are some ideas for stuff I should do with Twitch? Thoughts about doing Twitch in general. I mean, I don't think I really. I want to keep. I think I want to keep Mineplex, minigame live streams, the bread and butter of my channel. Yeah, my content, on YouTube. I think that just makes sense. But other than that, I think Twitch can be for Hypixel. Twitch can be for just anything non-Minecraft. Twitch can be for other random stuff. I don't freaking know. Do you guys have any suggestions or ideas? I'd like to hear. I'm
Do
just
other
interested in
games on Twitch. That's what I'm doing.
Like what?
Krunker, Osu. I'm probably Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege and some other games that I have. I'm gonna do on Twitch. And mainly focus on Minecraft content on YouTube.
So is
There's
this just
also-
about getting kills? That's the whole goal of it?
Well,
Team
not about getting kills, but killing, working together to dominate the other team until they die, and using your abilities to do that.
Oh god,
It's always better to have everyone target one
I
person.
cannot
usually.
jump. And everyone's targeting me.
For once, I'm on red team, by the way. Hello? That's new. I'm on
not
red
having
team.
fun. I'm kidding.
Like, what are games to play on Twitch? Like, Town of Salem, definitely. That's a game that I've definitely been considering. For like the longest time, since a very, very long time, I've always wanted to play Pokemon on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. Just do Pokemon content of some sort. I just feel like it's kind of, how do I say? It's kind of inconvenient in some ways and a little bit logistically weird. It's not very simple to do, and at least from where I'm standing, it's never been shown to be very easy or simple for me.
Yeah.
And it's and thus like, and also like how some people have problems with Minecraft, where they do content that everyone else does, and then it's no longer special, and it's hard to grow. It's even worse with Pokemon in my opinion.
Yeah, because It all depends on what you go into. If you're like if you like playing what's it called, Pokemon like Showdown, a lot of people do a bunch of Pokemon Showdown. You're gonna have to find out how to make it unique. Like I know this one, I don't know him personally, but there's this one Pokemon Showdown YouTuber that is like pretty funny and he's really good at Pokemon Showdown.
Oh, why are we playing Super Paintball?
Oh, you remember Super Paintball? That's good. No explanation needed.
Yeah, Blue isn't here, so
That's true. By the way,
She's watching a movie.
what were we talking about? We're talking about games. What did you just say, Sean?
she's watching a
No,
movie.
before
She's
that.
watching Far From
Before
Home.
that. Before that.
Oh,
not
the
about
Pokemon thing?
Yeah. Okay. So one of the elements of like the what streaming video idea thing is the question of how much skill affects viewer retention and viewer enjoyment, because arguably it's important, and arguably depending on what you do, it doesn't matter. So like I mean I'm not the greatest Minecraft player, right? But you know I still make Minecraft content. And I think that the way I do it, it doesn't focus like there's a lot of people like Technoblade for example, just for a like specific easy everyone knows like bread and butter example, like like test multiple choice question, or like you would use Technoblade to as someone who has who relies on being famous for skill, right? That's like what he revolves around, right? Whenever he joins something, he dominates it. Essentially, that's the purpose.
He mainly is an overconfident, toxic player, but he's toxic as a joke, and he can back it up, essentially.
So that and then I'm like, I mean, of course, I can't compare myself to that skill, but in an opposite sense, I don't focus on skill, partially because okay, for multiple reasons. For one, I don't think I think Minecraft is one of the games where no matter what you're doing, or I mean, largely largely independent of what you're doing, skill isn't a huge factor in having fun. Two, I don't have very much time to grind out and practice something over and over and over again, so I get better at it. And three, I think the style of what I do doesn't necessitate it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean completely.
But other than that, let me think.
I like how me and Life Lesson both have Dragon Wings and then OG usernames.
OG
Good job,
usernames. Life Lesson unfeatured. Yeah, those are OG usernames. I kind of like them. I never really liked. Well, I wouldn't say I never really liked, but I think names without meaningless numbers or year numbers or whatever are usually better, in my opinion. I don't know. It's a design choice. It's a design preference, I guess. Because numbers, I feel like, just mean that your idea, or at least they imply, they connote that idea for that name was already taken by someone else and is no longer original or creative. So, I mean, not necessarily, I'm not saying it's bad to have names where you have numbers because you just think it's cool, or because someone else already has it and you want to have a similar name. That's fine. You do your thing, and if you enjoy it, that's cool. I don't think your name is bad. I mean, depends, but usually I don't think your name is bad, but that's just the way it is. I just would personally prefer not to have those random numbers in my name. Where were we? Video games. Yeah, would like to do Town of Salem. Yeah, I could do Jackbox on Twitch. What else should be on Twitch?
I could.
Okay. Let me reveal to everyone something. I want to see your thoughts. Okay. So, my friends. Wait, no, this isn't like important or anything. My friends convinced me to get something, but I've not yet opened it. I've installed it, but I have not yet opened it.
What did they try and give you?
What are your guys' thoughts on me playing Apex Legends at all?
Ooh,
that
I'll
game is
play
great.
with you.
No Apex.
That's a quality game.
I'll play with you.
I'll play with you as well.
You know, play that game.
My girlfriend told me to start playing it with her, so it's a decent game. It's on its third season.
But the thing
I have
is,
like 4K kills on Xbox, I think.
Chris, the thing is, it's not hit scan, it's projectile. I want you
It's
to take note of that.
projectile. Huh.
So like every shot you
So
have
there's
to.
projectile physics.
Yes.
Well, some
every
don't
shot
have
is
bullet
projectile.
Wait, some what?
Some don't have bullet drop.
Oh, some don't have bullet drop. My bad.
I'm dead.
But everything is projectile.
That makes it sound like a much more skill-focused game.
What, Apex?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it could also be like, oh, there's a bit of like, maybe sometimes people get lucky with their shots, just like a small
Well,
bit.
yeah, every
it's,
game.
it's
there's
based off. It's mainly based off Bloom and RNG. But if
Yeah.
you're, if you're, it's an.
Well, being
Yeah.
good and having skill and the games like that essentially come down to lowering and lowering and lowering to the smallest possible point the chance of something wrong happening. That's basically what skill is. So in that sense, like games that have more volatile playstyles and items and interactions are sometimes they're attractive to a greater number of people because they're less skill based. More crazy things can happen. That's literally like same thing how I said Technoblade was example like the prime example earlier. Prime example here, Mario Kart easily. Mario Kart is a skill based game arguably, but also has huge randomness that can change the height of game instantly no matter what some skill level is. And that random chance keeps people coming back because it gets them excited and allows people who aren't so good to win. Or at least to do better than they would without randomness, right?
So people just pray for RNG.
Well, yeah, I guess. But that makes the game fun.
That's what you're
Survival
talking about.
games.
Like people just pray on RNG.
But that makes the experience fun for them. A lot of people.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like people love a good like chance game, you know, a good gamble.
People
Like-
are complaining about survival. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, it's okay. You didn't. I didn't hear you cut off. It's okay.
I personally love a good gamble, but not like gamble. You know?
I don't
Yeah.
like pure chance games. I don't like games like Uno. Like I get okay. Yes, I know Uno is technically not a full chance game. I get it, but
Yeah, it is.
but it's a extremely definitely majority decided by chance. I'm behind
Well,
you
who
guys.
the hell? Wait, why wouldn't Uno be a chance game?
It is a chance game. It's just not.
It is a
It's technically not an entirely chance game.
Is
It's
there a
what
first period on
you're
here?
literally praying for a card that you're supposed to be like you want.
Yes, but
And then
you can arguably say that the use of your cards and the saving of your cards is strategy. It's just so minimally strategy that I don't think it's worth discussing, but it's worth
No.
at least noting.
Stop.
It is minimal strategy. Yes.
No,
I
I'm trying to
mean,
team with you. What?
You can
Oh, can we do
find
that?
any card game as a chance game because you never know what card you're gonna get next.
That's true, but then you can define
Yu-Gi-Oh.
every game, almost every game, as a chance game. Which here's
Well,
the thing.
technically because of
Like,
RNG.
yes,
Well,
But there's always
chance is like a game where you're like, you know, you're supposed to like have random in it. You know, like
And you're
Minecraft Survival is technically a random chance game because of the loot in the temples.
yes.
And the specific mob drops with looting added to a sword and not, you know.
and
That
that's
is
that
technically
thing?
chance.
I would okay. When I say chance, let me define the way I'm using chance and skill game or chance based or skill based. What I mean is that like if we think about percentages, like theoretically, of course, there's no actual way to calculate it, or I guess there might be, but that's not the
There
point.
is.
But like the percent of a game that is the outcome of a game and or the experience of the game that is decided by chance or the skill of the player. So like
Well, the skill of the player can't really accommodate for RNG
well
because RNG can be calculated. It can be
Yeah.
calculated, but you still have to pray on that percentages.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Like with Minecraft loot as an example, people have calculated the percentage of each and every spawn rate of an item, and you can have like the luck effect that they have in Minecraft 1.12 and up, right? And that will
which isn't
like
in the
boost
actual,
it.
which isn't in survival, by the way.
No, it isn't. But like you can like still calculate RNG, but you still have to pray because it's still a higher percentage chance, but it's still chance because it's still like, you know, it's not 100%. If it was 100%, it wouldn't be chance, you know, because you're expected 100% guarantee of that said item.
Bro, I'm a
At least
co-host.
Okay.
accommodating with your role.
Two
Skill
things.
can't really work for that. though.
Two things. First of all, I think
Uh-huh.
you're misunderstanding what I meant when I said it can't be calculated, or maybe it can, but only
Well,
theoretically.
calculate only is one way because
No, wait.
what I'm
wait,
thinking
I'm
of
not done. I'm
calculating
not done
means that you
talking.
can
I'm not done.
predict.
I'm not done talking.
Sorry.
What I was talking about calculating, I wasn't talking about calculating percentages of things happening. I was talking about the percentage of the gameplay that is based on either skill or random chance. I'm not talking about the not being unable to predict the randomness of specific things actually happening, of whether a mob will
So-
drop this many items or something. I'm just talking about how the game, how the much of the overall gameplay can be quantified down to chance or to skill.
So kind of like the player's adaptability to whatever they're dealt, essentially.
Actually,
Yeah, how their ability to
that
change
can be
the.
accommodated though as well.
Well, that's why
with
I'm saying it
seeds.
technically can be calculated in a way, just theoretically, and it's not worth doing or talking about right now. So
Oh yeah, but there's also seeds as well. People have like,
In a literal sense, you can calculate the chance of everything, but
can.
it's not. It's
in a
kinda,
more strategical sense,
like in a more
it
casual
would be-
sense, you would
it
say
would
like
be
it would
better
be
to
more like
adapt to stuff.
chance.
Yes.
okay. So like for example, when I was talking about percentages, like for example, Uno is an extremely high percentage chance game with a very low skill percentage, right? It's basically you can unequivocally say that it's a chance game because it's so much of it is decided by chance.
It's
But
so
then you can
dependent on
say
chance,
like there's a
yes.
game like chess where it's so predictable and so dependent on skill that's almost entirely a skill game, although it's still technically a chance game in some ways.
Oh yeah, because you're preying on your opponent's movements.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is technically a chance game, but it's not also a prayer. You know,
Well-
you're just like
But some people have gotten so good at chess because it's been out for so long that they're able to predict their opponent's movements in like 7 moves or
Yeah.
more ahead.
So
That's
I
why we have
want to keep
grandmasters.
the terms chance game and skill game consistent. So when we say chance game, it means a game in which the gameplay is by the majority decided by chance, and a skill game is a game where the majority of the gameplay is decided by skill. Which is why I would call chess a skill game, not to say it doesn't have chance, but to say that it's
Because
mostly
you-
decided by skill.
I think
Because you
chess is
can't
actually a really
design-
good example as well, though.
Yes, because you
Precision.
can't decide the outcome in games like Uno, or you can't decide your chances in a game
Like-
like Uno. But in chess, you can strategically decide the outcome of the game by working around your movements and your opponent's movements.
Yeah, like chess is a game where you have to have like backup plans of backup plans of backup plans. You know, it's like it's that skilled of a game. Uno is like the most casual game you'll ever play because you're just playing and praying that you'll get that one card that'll help you out. You know, like if you want like a +4, you're praying on that. You know.
I think more chance games that we should be talking about are trading card games like
That's true.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, where everything is it's kind of like chess, but also not chess, because instead of you being able to predict your movements, your opponent's movements, because everything is set in stone, you always have the same amount of pieces at the start of the game.
Yeah.
You have to take account for their deck. Now in tournaments, you have to say what everything in your deck is.
Yeah.
This way, like illegal cards can be smuggled in. Illegal cards can
I
be
think
played.
we can add like terms for strategic games. I think we have to add like, you know, like backup plans. Or what was the term that we used for chance games and what?
Skill games.
Chance
Gladiators.
games is like something you cannot control.
I'm
cannot
currently
control-
lagging harder than your stream delay.
F.
Good job.
You can't control the outcome of the game, while in strategical games you can. I
Yeah.
guess that's like the best way we can put it.
Skill games are like the most strategic games ever. I think we can add strategies to skill games that have benefits, you know?
Yeah, and I guess as a third section, sorry for cutting you off. I guess as a third section, we can use Pokemon Showdown's random thing, because everything is chance,
is
but the
true.
player's adaptability is what makes them either win or lose. So they can
Yeah.
control the outcome, but they also can't at the same time, because you never know what your opponent has, and you never
Yeah.
know what they got.
So about
Like,
but-
we-
yeah.
and vice versa.
I want to say that a skill game can have chance in it. In a term of chance, not like how Christian is saying it, right?
What do you
Mhm.
mean?
Like we're saying chance as in like predicting in a way. We're like predicting our opponent.
Well, I
you know,
don't think
pick-
it's just prediction. But continue.
Like I would like to think that
I'm just gonna
chess
stand over
is
here.
like a skill game, and I love thinking that. But there is some hints of chance in there, in the terms of just predicting outcomes. You know,
Okay, so
like we
yeah.
you go on. Let's show.
No. You were gonna say something.
Oh
Let me
no,
finish
I
your
was
thought.
just gonna reiterate what I was saying. It's
Oh, okay.
show.
So
Ow.
in terms of something being defined by chance, for example, let's use this thing with like a trading card game alongside a like chess. So
Yeah.
as Sean mentioned, where he said, you know, in chess you always have the same number of pieces every time. Well, then I would say, well, yes, but when you have a deck, you can play with a deck and always use the same deck, and you still have the same deck. The difference is you never know which cards you're going to get in your hand or what happens after you mulligan, while with chess, everything starts in the exact same way. The thing with chess is that you can easily, and over time people have done millions and millions of these, study exact orders of moves to and calculate percentages of predictability for those moves and those set of moves and know exactly the outcome in many situations. But with a trading card game where there's like literally millions more possibilities because of the added randomness of the number of variables, the ability to change what deck you're using from like millions of options, and the random order, those things combined create so many more options for the universe to pick what happens, that the chance factor is just greater.
I
Yeah,
think
and I guess-
I want to add like a third category.
Which
Ow.
is what?
Like there is
I'm sorry,
skill and chance, but like shouldn't there be something in between? Because I don't think Pokemon cards can be put into skill. Because there technically is no skill. You're just selecting templates in a way, you know?
Yeah, I
Like-
guess Pokemon's like a more of like an outlier.
Well, yeah, Pokemon, the
Yeah.
trading card game, is a little bit more bare bones. There's a lot, like for example, Magic the Gathering, I would say is a skill-based game.
I think that's sort of true as well.
The,
Actually.
like different trading card games and different iterations of different kinds of games. For example, Pokemon Showdown, you could play on, you know, OU ranked and have all these specific rules and be able to predict what movesets people have based on what most people use in Smogon and whatnot. But then there's also the random OU where it'll give you random Pokemon. You have no idea what your opponent has or what their sets might be or what you'll get in the first place.
Yes.
So yeah.
But
I don't
that,
think we should put that in between skill and chance.
Yeah, adding on to it, because at that point, it's not the OU ladder is more meta than strategical, I guess you could say, because anyone can win an OU game, but what makes a player's skill in an OU game is their adaptability to other OU players.
Like managing.
Yes, being able to call out baits, being able to call out switches, being able to trick your opponent, those are all more adaptability, strategical sense in a more unconventional way, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a lot of different metas, right? But the thing is that it's more chance defined as in what card you're going to draw. Now there are some decks that have been made so that you know what card you're going to draw, like Exodia decks that you can win in one turn. You know you're gonna eventually draw Exodia, and you know you're gonna keep on drawing cards where you can where it's like spells that you discard cards and you receive new cards, like Shard of Greed, which is a simplified version of Pot of Greed, because Pot of Greed is banned for being too powerful. You can get like a 30th of your deck just from one turn. That's kind of strong.
Yeah.
That's why it's been banned since like the first ever, I guess, like year or season, I guess. I don't remember. Anyways, so I guess Pokemon is more of an outlier, Pokemon trading card game that is. And while Pokemon Showdown is also more and less of an outlier, depending on the ladder you choose.
Yeah. But I don't think we should separate Yu-Gi-Oh from Pokemon cards.
Well,
Because-
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh would be like with Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone.
No, not in a sense. I don't want to separate those three. Those three have their differences, but you can't put them in the category of skilled and chance. Because we could say everything's a chance game by predictability. But
Well-
predicting is so much more different than randomness. Alright?
Well, you
Pokemon
predict.
Pokemon cards, like, they're kind of just there. You just have to arrange them into a way that makes them useful, you know?
Yes.
Like, sometimes you have to put energy cards, sometimes you have to put in trainer cards that benefit, or, like, benefit you,
Supporter
or,
and whatnot.
like, don't do good against the opponent, right?
Or you have
That's
to,
the same thing for Magic of the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh!
and Hearthstone, where you have to manage your life points or the amount of points
Yeah.
you can take before losing the game. And in Uno, you don't have to manage that. You just have to manage your cards. That's why it's much more simplified, and it's a 100% chance game. There is no strategy other than. There's literally no strategy other than you like ending your game on
Yeah.
a +4 or a wild card.
Okay.
I guess it's like the only strategy.
With those, because, like, okay, when you're, like, how do I explain? I don't know how to, like, explain this, because, like, the card games themselves, like, it's managing. All it is, it's just you managing to, like, get a
Yes.
good deck out of what you have, you know? And we could say that's kind of like the same with Uno, and it could be classified in the smallest minority as a skilled game because you have to work with what you got, you know? Like, there's like another version of Uno, I'm pretty sure everyone has played it. It's like where you get 7s and 0s and it switches your deck, you know?
I've never heard of that.
Have you not? Oh no, it's been an online Uno and it's been getting its way into Western. In this version of Uno, if you get a 7 and place it down, right, you're forced to switch your deck with someone in like the game, right?
And with a 0, you get to everyone goes to either the right or left, whatever direction the
Yeah.
game is going.
They have to switch clockwise or counterclockwise, right?
Depending on what limits. Yeah.
I think that kind of puts a slight point in skill because you're kind of working with what your opponent's got and what you've got by chance, you know?
It's not a you think, it's more of like it is. I'm not saying like your opinion is fact, but it
No,
kind of
yeah,
is that does add a strategical skill sense to the game, in the sense that you have to manage your 7 and 0 cards because you can't end your game on a 7 or a 0 unless you'll give the win to someone else.
I don't think we could classify everything as skill or chance.
Okay, I think. Okay, let's.
Not everything.
Okay, so I get your point about not being able to classify them with those polar opposites, but I would say it's sort of like how do I like it's sort of like when you say yes or no to something. When you have a yes or no question, like should guns be legal? It's a lot more of a complicated question than yes or no. Although from the outset, your position might be better defined as yes or no if you're forced to pick. There's so many more nuances to application and the politics surrounding it, and the culture surrounding it, etc., that make it a much more complex question. So I think so the purpose of making those categories, at least for me, is like to think about it in that sense, but not necessarily that they have to be categorized in that way. So it's okay. You don't have to necessarily directly put them into anything.
No, but I can see why you would categorize in them. Like Uno can, like, if we like throw everything out of like the newer version of Uno, it's completely chance based. Like you have to go through the deck and you have to pray that you get a good, like, you want the colors so you don't have to get more colors, you know. That's completely fine. That's completely chance based. But like the newer version of Uno with the 7, you have to completely work with what your opponent also has, and you have to pray that they have the cards that you have for future placements as well. And if they have a 0 or 7, you can strategically use that in the very end and say, haha, this is my trump card. And it's 7. Now you have to go through hell. But then you also have to pray that they have good cards.
Like switching a person with 1 card in their hand when you have 20. That would add it more strategically. The thing that I know you're talking about, like how we can't just categorize things as strategic and chance and in a middle category where it's both. because
Yeah.
everything has an element of chance.
Yeah.
And each game specifically has its own complexity to it.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering are all much more complex than Pokemon. Why?
Yeah.
Because you have to manage your life points. Pokemon, you more manage your team, but with Yu-Gi-Oh, you also have to manage stuff like traps, spell cards. I don't play
Definitely.
Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, so if anyone could add on to that. But in Pokemon, it's just you have your Pokemon, you have your energy cards, and the only thing else is like trainer cards and item cards.
Yeah. Like they're all basically like a gray area, but Magic of the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh have more depth to Pokemon because they have trap cards. They have like and in the what do you call it? Magic of the Gathering, there's biome cards, I believe, or I think terrain cards that benefit your specific element. And
Well, I mean, I play
Huh?
Magic the Gathering, so
Ah.
well,
Cool,
okay.
you can add on.
So my understanding, I think the simplest way to define it, even not just in terms of different trading card games, but just in terms of most games in general, a general rule you can say is the more variables and the more volatile those variables that exist in a
Yeah.
game, then the more chance-based it is. So if we look at like Pokemon, right? You have
Yeah.
energies and you have support cards and you have your Pokemon, you have your 6 cards that you need to win the game.
yeah,
And your Pokemon have life points, and those are, you know, variables, but it's not something like Magic the Gathering where there's technically almost no limit to the amount of cards you can have in your deck.
yeah.
Like there's and in Yu-Gi-Oh as well, although I think I would put Yu-Gi-Oh between Pokemon and Magic the Gathering from my experience. It's just when the more and more you introduce new elements into a game that are variable,
Yeah.
then the more complex the probability
Like-
becomes.
The more depth to the game, the more you have to like work with like RNG, I guess. You know,
Yeah, but
like-
yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a good way to summarize it. Like again, Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, they're completely similar. Like if you like a Pokemon, there's main cards, the support, and then there's energy. There's Yu-Gi-Oh, and I've literally never seen a Yu-Gi-Oh card in my life, so I'm really sorry if I butcher.
I'll add on it if you.
There's monster cards, there's trap cards, and then
Dragon
there's
Escape?
Spell cards. There's field spells, which
Yes.
affect different types of monsters.
Just like in
There's
Pokemon with Stadium.
new summons like fusion summoning. That's always been in the game, but fusion summoning, XZ summon that was recent.
Okay, well,
Like I believe like 4 years ago that was added. Pendulum summoning, which is hella weird. I don't know how it works. It is really weird. Like you need like pendulum points depending on the monster. Like Yu-Gi-Oh is really weird now.
yeah. But like we can all agree that they're in some sort similar, right?
Yeah.
But like Yu-Gi-Oh is a bit more depth with the different types of cards and the more strategic ways of like using them, you know. And there's more depth, so we could say that it's more strategic based in terms of them using that to its full capability, you know. While Pokemon isn't as that, but it's still technically a strategic game, you know. But like
still going.
it's like, what do you call it? It's more depth. And I like the way Christian said, the more variables, the more it's like you have to prey on it. I think that's a good topic on that. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay, so someone brought up this thing. We didn't really talk about it much. I don't remember who brought up Minecraft, but Minecraft survival. Okay. So then you'd say, okay, if we're going on the discussion of the more variables equals. Okay. So okay. Before I mention Minecraft, let me add one more thing to this discussion about variables.
Okay.
Like when there's more variables, you might say, okay, there's more chance. Yes, technically, because there's more possibilities that can occur. It's just that when there are more possibilities, in the way that, for example, a more complex trading card game like Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic the Gathering presents them, it sort of increases the skill, actually, instead of increasing the chance. And you might be saying that's paradoxical, but when there is more chance, there's more possibilities, and when there's more possibilities, there's more possibilities for strategy. And
We've done this before.
Wait, what?
We did this virtual thing before, Cos, with Slipist.
Wait, what happened with Slipist? Wait, was Slipist
Slipist the
happening?
mod. He was the mod.
Oh, did you unkick them?
Well, I mean, I forget who kicked him at first, and then my back was like, oh, that was. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like a religion
like
of
my Grim
sorts.
Reaper.
And then Cos just kicked him.
We're a
I don't know if
paramilitary
it's-
organization.
Anyways, before you start adding on to Minecraft, I want to say that it's a kind of like a gray area, yes and no.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Mainly
get
because like there's so many different possibilities, but there's so many different ways that you can adapt to it. Because there's just so much. Like, are you gonna kill the Ender Dragon with a bed, or are you gonna kill them with a Power 5 punch whatever flame bow?
I don't think that's what we should be paying attention to, though.
Well,
I
of
think
course.
we shouldn't put Minecraft, or I don't think we should put games in the way of chance at all. Or we could put them in skill, because skill isn't everything. Whether you look at it or not, skill's in Uno. We just already decided that. It's a very slight skill, but it's still skill nonetheless, right? But Minecraft and like video game, you really can't. There's a sort of chance, but it's RNG, and the difference between RNG, random number generator, than chance, which is a thing that you can't calculate at all. You could say a prediction, but it's not final. You know, it's not like it's not. With RNG, there's forms upon forms upon forms of the chance of like a random item in Minecraft. You know, like it's very slim that you'll get that enchanted book, but it's still you can still calculate it. You know, like it's a chance that you'll get a pistol in Fortnite or Apex. It's a chance, but it's RNG. You know,
That's fair.
like, it's
chess
not chance, but you can calculate it.
Kind of like chess as well. Like there's a chance that this player could do this, or this
Shut up.
this turn, but
There's no independent RNG.
DMZ Christian, tell him to shut up.
Who?
Everyone.
Who's everyone? The heck? What?
Are
Anyway.
we ending the conversation yet?
No, the heck. Anyway.
If you
This is
don't
interesting.
end it, I'm not gonna talk.
Like, this is the most interesting and in-depth and
Listen,
actual, like,
if you want to
nice
go more in depth
conversation.
about it, we'll go psychology stuff
This
right
is the
now.
most in-depth conversation I've had on a stream in, like,
This is the best. I love topics like this. Screw you three.
I love debates and everything. It's great.
Okay, anyway.
Go mute and watch something else. I'm having fun.
Okay,
Indeed.
Then I'm not going to talk.
Okay, cool.
You do.
If you want to add on to, the conversation.
If you can add on to the conversation, go for it. If you're
Yeah.
not, then go mute and listen to Nightcore.
Oh, wow, okay. Is that an insult or a compliment to Nightcore?
Well, take it or leave it.
Okay. So I have mixed feelings. Anyway, I just had an idea. So about this whole thing of RNG versus chance, I'll put it this way in terms of Minecraft. So let me relate back to chess, and chess seems to be a really good example for a lot of things. So let's think of a chess supercomputer, right? That is trained through AI learning to play chess at the maximum possible skill level. What this means is that
but this exists.
Yeah, it can calculate every possibility that in a game, and after no matter what an opponent does, they can always find victory, and so they'll never lose to a human because they have absolute skill. So, in that sense, you would say, wait, so then chess must be a 100% skill-based game. But the reason we don't consider it a 100% skill-based game is because there isn't, at least that we know of, there isn't a human capability to grasp that level of skill, and therefore there is a level of chance based on human inability to be perfect. So let me relate that to Minecraft.
I wouldn't say that'd be chance though.
Why?
I wouldn't put the human capability as chance.
Well,
okay. I'm sorry. Let me just say this really quick. Like, let's say you have one arm, right?
Yeah.
So you can't really put like chance into like you throwing a football farther than somebody else. That's not chance. That's just like you have one arm, and he has two.
Yeah, I don't think we should have human capabilities as a factor. Thinking that I know like thinking that everyone is the same in skill level is something completely different. but we can't have human limitations and capabilities as a factor.
Yeah.
Mainly because you don't know how smart someone is, and you don't know how strong someone is.
Yeah, like Minecraft UHC is a really great example of that. Like
Yeah.
let's say Mineplex UHC, right? 100 players in one world,
Which is dead.
in a giant world, might I
Mm-hmm.
add, right? People complain about people getting full diamond, some people get full iron. That's their fault. Well, it's not their fault, but it's also their fault because they don't know what they're doing. The people with full diamond, they're more capable of doing it, you know?
I think I know what you're going for with UHC, but I think a better example isn't Mineplex, mainly because I believe seeding was a big issue where people would so I think more like Badline or My Men Club because they actually like focus on UHC as a game mode and less seeding. So I guess we'll just switch it to like UHC.
Yeah, but let's put it to more competitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Badline like Velt or something. I don't know.
Velt. I haven't heard someone say Velt in so long.
Badline being dead though, unfortunately.
Yeah, like you get where we're coming from, Christian.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. So let me say, in terms of an arm, the arm thing.
Yeah.
It's a significantly more blurry line of being able to beat someone of a specific skill level in chess than being able to throw a football when you have one arm better than someone else who has two arms.
Definitely.
So I get the point you're making. I'm not saying that it's null just because it's a bad analogy. I get the analogy. I know what you're saying. But I just think that because of the complexity and the variables that go into the decisions a human makes when they're playing chess, like if it was a game, like for example, let's think of chopsticks. You know the game chopsticks that you play with your hands. I think you fingers you tap hands and whatnot.
Yeah.
I know how to win. I know how to either 100% chance draw that game or 100% chance win that game, depending on whether I go first or second. So that kind of game, right? You could argue that game is like definitely, in my perspective, a 100% skill game because knowing the exact moves to do depending on whether you go first or second will just win you the game automatically. There's no question about it. So with that in mind, I could then argue transitively that chess is a 100% skill game because I know there's a supercomputer that can guarantee win every single game. So, but then no one would really want to play chess, right? With chopsticks, if there's two people or just people in general, if all people know that there's a guaranteed way to win, then it wouldn't really be a fun game anymore. But the reason people play chess is because as humans, they're not perfect and they don't have perfect skill. And the only way that chess is fun for humans is that because they don't have perfect skill, chance comes into the mix instead of it being a 100% skill game. So that's what I'm saying.
I think on Feature talked about it. Pot of Greed got banned, I believe you said, right?
Yeah,
and it got replaced by
Shard of Greed, which is whenever you draw, right? You put a greed counter on Shard of Greed. When you have 2, then it maxes out at 2, and when you have 2, then you can play Pot of Greed. It also makes it better like as a more like a do you need Pot of Greed now or then?
Yeah.
Normally when I have Shard of Greed on, I just immediately use. So, but yeah, it adds another level of strategic and like banning stuff, I guess.
Here's my point with that. So you're talking about like there's like a supercomputer that can easily like 3-0 somebody, you know, best of 3-0, right? Like if that was the case, then Pot of Greed, like it was banned because it was too powerful. You know, it was too good, and that's what's interesting about skill. Anything can be overpowered if you use it right. You know, the most basic thing can be really great if you use it good, like better than everyone else.
That's one of the reasons that trading card games are, I think, really popular and supported. Is because since they keep printing more and more and more new cards, the meta keeps changing. Not just because people change it, but because the actual variables that decide how the game is played actually themselves change.
Okay, 1 second. If people are still like thinking that this is in depth, if we're going more into trading card games, we still haven't talked about power creep and such, where like new cards have been made where they were so good that that they made old cards obsolete.
I mean,
Kind
you
of like
can.
in Hearthstone, there was this one card where it literally made the whole meta, and it costed like $100 I think to get, but things like power creep, where cards had to be banned for being too powerful because people made these cards too powerful to keep people buying cards.
I absolutely agree with that. And there's also this thing where tournaments are like the pickiest when it comes to power creeping
yeah,
cards
totally.
and stuff, because actually no one's talked about this. Pokemon tournament, they've actually every tournament they ban a bunch of cards because they deem them OP from the previous deck. And then the winner of each tournament, official tournament, not like stupid like fan tournaments. You know?
Yeah.
The winner of each official tournament gets their main card remade, or their main Pokemon remake into a new card, and that can possibly power creep its original. So
Yes.
I think okay. This whole actually, I mean, power creep. Of course, I'm not saying that you guys were asserting that only affects card games, but it does affect a lot of other things. But you can even go beyond video games. For example, let's say like sports or the Olympics. Same thing. And what I mean, same thing is, let's take any country for example. Let's compare like freaking China to like, what's a good example? Like the Vatican City. So okay, that's a bad example.
That's a bad example.
What's a country with a small population but isn't a city state?
Canada.
Okay, Canada. So when you have someplace like China, which has like the largest proportion of the total world's population.
I think it's actually India.
Not yet. India, not yet. India's coming up though.
Oh.
It will soon, in like within the next decade or two. Anyway, when there's a basic law of probability, right?
Nice.
Chill with the word. There's a basic rule in probability where the more times you run the same probability test, the more just amount of times you're gonna get better results. Just empirically. By number. I'm not talking about in proportion because the proportion will take an asymptote until it becomes the exact proportion. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about pure number. So when you have a country with a greater population, automatically by default you will have better sports players. You have better gymnasts and better dancers and better artists, etc. Because that's just the way population works. So when you have something like a card game, for example. When you add new cards to the game, when you add new cards to the game, whether or not you intend them to be better or worse, there will always be cards that replace older cards.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's just the rule of probability that,
I think that's what power creeping kind of leads into, though.
Do you think power creeping is good or bad?
I think power creeping, I think it's good in terms of variety. But I think it's kind of bad in terms of you don't know when to stop.
Yeah, I guess we can also continue this onto other games that aren't trading card games. Like I guess a good example in FPS games was Brigitte when she was added to.
Huh?
Actually, no. Hold on. I actually want to talk about the Pokemon cards one more time, really quick.
Okay.
In terms of power creeping, there's actually this most recent set. I don't really know the name of it. All right, so don't quote me on it. Okay, please. So in terms of power creeping, I think it's the best example of it. So there's the new set where it's called Zekrom and Pikachu, right?
Oh, I've seen this one.
It has 500 HP, and the original Zekrom had 200.
500 HP. Oh,
yeah.
What the heck?
So I think that's a perfect example of power creeping. But like, it's cool. You know, it's a really good card, right? But like, that's the cool thing of power creeping. It adds variety to a new set. You know.
Chris just
and
body
that
slammed
could
into him.
either be overpowered, but it's also terrible because 500 HP. Do you know how much damage normal attacks do?
Like
that takes
60 to like if you do an attack that does like 150, it's gonna like minus your energy and you're gonna that's
like,
crazy.
That's a
500.
tank.
So I was saying this before my PC died. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay,
said
so-
like Brawlers or Marla,
so-
and you just
I was thinking I was gonna add on more in games that aren't trading card games like Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, etc., where it's
Yeah,
more class based. Like Brigitte in Overwatch, when she was released, she was too strong, and everyone had her on her team. Why? Because she was a support player that was both could deal so much damage, could support their team, and be a tank on frontline. She had a stun. She had a very strong stun, a boop that could parallel Lucio's, and I think it had like longer range than Lucio's. While Lucio's was more skill based, hers was more like you just aim and then bam. An attack which didn't require you to aim, it just required you to look, so more like Reinhardt, and a movement that kind of parallel, I guess, basic movement, while it still wasn't as terrible as like another support like Zenyatta. That's why Brigitte was so strong. Kind of also why Sigma is also kind of powerful now. Because of the movable shield, he is so powerful. And the absorption, and his ultimate too. His ultimate's pretty strong.
yeah.
Anyways,
I think
continuing on with what other topic we were talking about.
power creeping. Oh shit, that.
Mhm.
I think like power creeping in other games is more different than games like Pokemon cards. Because power creeping in like let's say fighting games, right? Let me actually no Smash. That's a
Smash.
good one.
That's funny.
Smash Bros. Joker and Banjo. They're a decent example of power creeping, but not entirely. Joker's moveset is entirely based off other fighters who have it's like Samus's up B and stuff, you know? Like it's Joker's like a combination, but he makes it work, you know? And he's like pay to play, you know, whatever. Banjo has things from Ivysaur from Pokemon Trainer, and Charizard's Flare Blitz, which is Wonderwing, but whatever. I think that's a good example of power creeping because it's stuff previously owned by other characters in the game that has been mixed mashed into a new character.
That's better. Does all of them better, or does all of them combined?
Like if you let's say you played all those characters specifically, but it's mixed up into one giant little package that is Joker. That adds that, and also if you get Arson, that's basically that with Limit Breaker. Like that's a full package for an absolute tank. Because as you're getting hit, if you counter it, you can easily get a good limit, and then you get Arson. And I think that's a good example of power creeping. Because power creeping, and I'm not entirely gonna read the definition, but it's basically something that replaces the old and gets the new better, you know? Because like you can get like the same thing. Let's say the Zekrom card. Let's say it wasn't 500 HP. If it was 200, it'd be basically the same thing with the Pikachu slap right next to it. Right? But the reason why it's in the term power creeping is because it has 500 HP and it absolutely tanks every move. And that's not even the highest level card. There's a card with 600 HP. Hi.
Hi. Oh, someone was asking who was nerding out, and I was like, yeah, that's him.
Thank you so much. I love Pokemon.
We
so
shall
you
be
can scream.
proud of nerding
I have a shelf of Pokemon manga right here, boys.
Let us unite in our nerding out.
Yes, honestly, this is great. I'm more of a debate person and an argument, a civilized argument where we talk about different topics. And
Oh, I love debating because I love
yes.
like not fighting.
Yes, like okay, I don't understand why every single disagreement in general life and politics has to be an argument. Let it be a discussion.
This is why we have to be politicians now.
Yes, let's. Here's the thing. Like
Christian for 2024. 2024.
Yes.
That's
I'd vote for him.
I'd vote for him as well.
Independent party
He
boys.
put
I'm gonna
politics
get
with
1% of the vote, boys.
Let's go.
I'm just
If we
waiting
put
for,
politics
like,
with Pokemon, then we
what
just
time he
talk about
actually
like
does.
chance and RNG and like debates and shit.
Oh, chill. Strike
No
two.
swearing. This is Minecraft.
The real country, you know, discussions. Which one's the best? Which champion's the best?
Oh,
Which
come
champion's the
on.
best?
Imagine
The president.
It's clearly
tier list.
Kukui.
like
We're gonna have a president tier list, and it's gonna be like Obama and then D tier.
Got him.
Wow.
Got him. I
Oh,
was
shit.
waiting for someone to score.
No. But like, I like this. I like debating. I think it's really fun.
That's great.
I think I get harassed more than debated, but whatever.
That's
I know
a
what you
rip.
mean.
That's a rip.
I remember having an opinion about Dragon Ball Z, and I said it sucked, and I got my ass beaten in school.
Whoa, chill. Words,
Ooh,
sorry.
boys, words.
I said
Opinions are a
I don't. I think Dragon Ball power scaling is kind of bad, and then I got beat up by my friends
That's tough.
Ooh.
because they're absolute weebs, just like me. Except I'm all bark, no bite, and they're bite.
You know, I just realized, Twin, it's been like so long since you've been on a stream. Like,
I've been
Actually-
so busy with college classes, you have no idea.
I can imagine. What are you majoring in? What do you mind?
I'm majoring in art design, but I also have to take these really useless history classes that honestly
Yeah, your
I
general
don't know why
ed
I'm taking them.
courses.
Oh my lord. I have to
That's
take
funny.
so many non-courses to get my art courses, and then I have to take my art courses, and then I have to help out the lower ones for some reason. And I'm like, let me just finish my work, and then the teacher's like, hey, help out these kids, and then do your work. I'm like, I don't wanna. I'm like,
No,
Wait, are you a freshman or a sophomore?
I'm a junior, but I'm taking
Oh.
senior classes.
I see.
And then
So you're
I'm
helping
taking
out the
senior and
seniors?
college classes. So-
Gotcha.
I'm like, oh my god, it's so tiring. And then my girlfriend is just like, oh my god, are you okay? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'm
Wait,
fine.
you know Technoblade?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know he dropped out of college?
Oh, yeah, he
What
did
a
for YouTube.
scam.
He dropped out for YouTube.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't at that point?
I wouldn't. Personally, if I was in that situation, I
Apple
wouldn't.
Harvey, he dropped out of college and his YouTube channel died.
I would say
Yeah.
finish what you started. Although I completely understand his reasoning, I don't think it's flawed. I just think it's my personal preference that I wouldn't.
Yeah, definitely.
That's fair.
I like that guy who tried 360 no scoping and missing as well.
Yes.
Good job, kid.
And anyway,
Thank you.
English major is like he was studying English. If you for those of you who didn't know, but English major
Oh,
is a memed major for being useless in later life.
Yeah, it's not do well. If you're an English major, you're probably going to be a teacher.
That's true, or you're just not gonna use it. It's just
Stereotypically, a bunch of English majors are actually teachers.
it's hard to
Yeah.
be an English major because like okay, what are your options? Teacher, right? Teacher slash professor.
literature.
Yeah, literature.
Like
Being
writing.
a professor in literature. which is
Doing writing, and that could be writing novels, that could be writing essays, that could be writing papers about things, that could be doing journalism, that could also be what else? You could.
But wouldn't you like go more into a journalistic class if you're gonna go into a journal?
Well, that's true.
but
That's true. But you can
but you
use
don't
an
have to
English
really take
major to get into journalism. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
guess
not,
more like editing such.
you don't have to
editing.
necessarily like study journalism to be a journalist. But if you have a background in majoring in English, can easily get you a journalist job.
Yeah.
I think.
I never have time to read my manga anymore because I'm like dealing with school and college classes. I'm like, bruh.
Wait, are you still in high
My
school?
manga is dusting on my shelf.
That's being an
Oof.
adult, man.
It sucks so bad. I'm like, my dad's like, so what are you gonna do with these? I'm like, I don't know, sell them one day.
You'll get used to
He's
it.
like, you're not gonna
eventually.
read them. I'm like, I can't.
You're
I
still in high
have
school,
one in my
right?
bag and it's all beat up now.
Rip.
Let's
You're
It's
in high
lost
school,
in
right,
papers.
Twinley?
Okay.
What's up, bro?
You're
What,
still
do
in
you?
high school, right?
I'm a junior, yes.
Oh, gotcha. I got rejected from taking college level classes,
Really?
college classes because you see, there was a placement test, and I'm not a good literature person. I'm a good, more
yeah, sure.
objective math person, right? So
Mhm.
even though I scored the highest on math, I scored English level 3, which was below college level apparently.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's
So,
so.
I
I
didn't
got
take it. It's fine,
I got
though. I have
honor
electives
scores on
now.
all of mine.
I like.
I don't think my school
Yeah.
doesn't have honors. We just have AP.
I
my,
think.
um,
Oh yeah.
My school, out of like the 500, I was like top 12. And then,
Nice.
what do you call it? I got honor scores on mine. So I had to take senior classes and college classes because I was taking dual enrollment, which means I got to
Dual
take 2
enrollment.
professions as well. So I
That-
chose literature and art.
When you
And-
when you said dual enrollment and then you said that means I get to have 2 professions, D&D freaking thing started firing off in my brain. Just when you start saying stuff like that, I know it like doesn't really have anything to do. Do you play D&D? Do you have experience with D&D?
Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
My ex tried getting me into it, but my brain literally killed itself.
What about
every
you,
time.
Sean?
I actually never had time to play it, and unfortunately, I know people who play it, right? But I just never got time.
Well, it's basically because D&D has so many character customization options, decisions relating to choices of numbers and things. It just made me think about that. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Nah, it's chill. Like, I love writing. Okay, I think it's fun.
What kind of
I think
writing?
it's really fun to like put my mind on paper. You know.
What kind of writing? What kind of writing?
Kind of just like how do I explain it? How do I explain it in like they give me a topic and I'll like give me a day. Oh shit, shoot! I just like left by accident.
No swearing,
Give me a
this is
topic and
Minecraft
give me a day and I'll
Christian
work on it. Hey, sorry, man. Mexico does some weird things to you. 'Cause I live near Mexico. So, I don't know. I love writing because I can express myself, but not any specific form of writing. I have like a notepad and I have like weird facts of historians, and I thought that was really funny.
It's not like I'm. Sorry for cutting you off.
Nah, it's chill, bro. You go on.
It's not like I hate literature and I'm bad at it. It's just more of like it's like oh, which one best fits here kind of situation. I don't like those types of questions. I write really well. My literature teachers tell me that I write really well. My ex, she writes for fun, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why last year we partnered up on so many different things, except the fact that we were dating, was because I could understand what she wrote and she could understand what I wrote. Because everyone else in the class is like, oh, you're just you're great at everything, basically. You're so good at academics. And I'm like, calm down. I have like A- in almost every single class. Please, my GPA isn't even 4.0 because I skipped a month of school. It was rough.
Okay.
Yeah, even my dumb friends have higher GPAs than me.
I will say one thing, and that is that have you seen Doctor Strange, the new movie?
Oh my god, I love it.
Okay, I liked it too. I was very pleasantly surprised by how good of a movie it was in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you remember the Ancient One's description of magic, she said, if you rather think about it this way, it's like a program. What I will tell you is that if your brain is wired in that way where having a single answer works best for you, then I understand why you're geared more naturally towards math. But if you want to think about literature and rhetorical analysis in a more cut, dry way, you can think about it like that, like a program and direct steps that lead to an end goal. So,
yes.
It's just, I feel like basically no matter what someone's original construct of their brain is, they can somehow come up with a way to understand things in life in general. Okay,
I think most writing is kind of bad though, because sometimes you just have to exaggerate a bit too much sometimes. If you don't have a topic, most teachers, I'm not saying your teacher might be the coolest teacher and I'll probably have a good time with them, right? You know, like if you give me a soda, we're good, you know? Most teachers I know, they probably gave the idea that you have to exaggerate a specific topic for 2 paragraphs enough. And I think that's like most writing. It's like you have to fill in this much just to like pass instead of just saying what you want.
Like a word minimum kind of a thing, right? You're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Word minimums are stupid. To be honest, I would, if I was a teacher, I would what's my word I'm trying to look for? I would impose word limits. I would say if you can't get your point across in this concise enough of a way, then you're not expressing using this language well enough.
Yeah.
Okay, but now, besides, I don't wanna like, I kind of do. Okay, let me gather my thoughts for a second.
Nah, it's chill, bro.
Basically, we're playing One the Quiver as our last game right now, and because we're going to be moving on to the thing that I was saying in the Discord server, for those of you in the Discord server, I did say I was going to do something, that I haven't done in a while, and I think most people will enjoy, and we will be doing that after this game. I will be switching streams. I'll end the stream, and then we're going to start a new stream, so don't worry. And I will do my little spiel. By the way, we've been talking so much that like I haven't even said, hey, like I haven't even once said in this entire stream, like, by the way, if you're watching, please subscribe. Like like that's crazy. We've been talking
So
that
great.
much. But anyway,
over the debate.
now that like I can talk and like it's all free. If you're
Yeah.
watching, by the way, tons of viewers right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. I would also say, first of all, before I start talking, please like the stream if you enjoy. There's 16 people watching the stream. There's 3 likes.
Oh, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I know, right? That's me too, Leah. So if you like the stream, please like.
Oh, I thought
like-
we had a last game as the one in the quiver.
These people
Oh,
are
I was
trolling.
literally
man.
about to go off Minecraft.
If you are on the stream and you like it, please like the stream. Other than that, please subscribe if you have not already. It would be greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. This is great commentary, by the way. If the commentary, the
16
gameplay, the
viewers.
server.
Pogs, doing a
whatnot.
good Friday.
Stop starting games. I'm gonna remove your code if you start another game. I freaking swear. Also join the Discord. The link is in the description of the stream, I believe. Tell me if that doesn't work. It should work. There in the Discord,
I'll spam in a chat for you folks.
you can get schedule announcements there. You can get general announcements, and you get another way to be notified of my streams. By the way, if you subscribe, turn on the bell. My streams are sometimes random, like this one. This one was not planned at all. It just kind of happened. So yeah, you want to do those things. Those are good. Thank you. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah, subscribe, turn on the bell, join the Discord, and like the video. So I think
I'm kidding.
now. Oh, by the way, go to the campfire. I should have said that. Go to
bro,
the
which one?
I
campfire.
already
if
lost
you-
offline.
You know what? You know what? Now that we hit 1K, let's go to the other campfire for once. We're going to the other campfire, boys. We never do this,
Oh.
but we're going to
we
the
just
other
moved
campfire.
Moved to the other campfire, and he's like, "Okay, let's
Oh
move
no,
to
this
the campfire,
again.
guys."
Oh no, we're gonna get blown up.
Oh, you want to see
Yeah, so now we're gonna be moving. So what I mean is that you all sit tight. I'm gonna end this stream, but in like 5-10 minutes I'm gonna start a new stream and we're gonna be doing something else that isn't Minecraft, and you shall see. Hope you guys enjoy. So stick around for that. And if you're gonna leave or you're going to sleep or whatnot, then good night. Thank you for tuning in for the stream, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time on the next stream. I do not know when it will be, so stay tuned in the Discord to learn stuff. And yeah, goodbye. Everyone in the Discord call can say goodbye.
Bye.
Yes, I will see you guys in like 10 minutes for the next
Thank you
stream.
for listening to the debate.
Yes, that was fun.
Thank you.
No, Fortnite bad. Okay.